I'm Sarah Thompson. Welcome to Of Community Interest. Our first story is about the joy and songs and art and energy created by a local children's performer.
It's a good thing Jory Aronson likes what she does because she spends a majority of her time doing it. She's worked with children for over 20 years. She's been involved with music since she was 8. The two came together. Now Jory teaches music at daycares as well as writes and sings songs for children's tapes. Not only does she love what she does, but she feels children get a lot out of it.
It's just a wonderful communication and joy, and I feel children get so much from music. They're getting a lot of language development, some small motor, large motor coordination, lots of group socialization, and I could go on and on. I feel
She admits she's not always perfect, though, and says there's certain signs she's learned to watch for.
Well, their faces. You know, children are so honest, and you know when you're blowing it with them, and you know when it's working, and I just focus on those faces.
Jory's produced 4 children's tapes: Beans for Brunch, Duck Lifts, Fruit Salad, and What Goes with Peanut Butter. The tapes can be bought at Grassroots and Toy Factory in Corvallis. Although she's had a lot of fun with the music, she doesn't love all aspects of the job.
What I find is that I love writing the songs, doing the music with children, and I hate the business end of it. Yeah.
When she's not busy with music and her tapes, Jory's usually got some other talent going.
It's funny, I've had quite a few art shows. It's been a lot easier in some ways than the music, a lot more immediate success, if you want to say that.
Jory adds a lot to everyone's life she works with.
Music, and she just shares her enthusiasm and love for the music. I've known Jory for many, many years, and I've watched her perform, I've watched her grow, I've watched her music grow, and I would always have her come to our center.
What do you like about when Jory comes?
The dogs.
Do what?
The dogs.
Oh, how about you?
6 feet.
6 feet?
And sing, take me out to the ball game.
Jory hasn't just fallen upon success. It's taken her a lot of work and a strong, positive attitude.
I learned, you know, that this is it. This is our lives. We better do what's meaningful. And, you know, I started focusing more and more on doing that. You know, I haven't made much money yet, but I am, you know, there's that book, Do What You Love, the money will follow, and I'm hoping that's going to be the case. And even if it doesn't, it's true, you know, I'm doing the things I love, and I feel like my life's pretty rich. I like to do some educational kinds of songs, and some songs are just fun and wild. I have the children use their hands to act out the different things that are in a tide pool. For instance, with the hermit crabs, their hands are crawling, you know, like this, and with the mussel shell, their hands are together and the muscles inside, and a starfish, I have them spread their fingers out and clamp it on their knees. So keep that in mind, and you can act it out as I go. And we talk about going to the beach and climbing on the rocks, and there's a little pool, and it's a hidden world. When I go to the ocean, there's a hidden world. When I go to the ocean, there's a lot to see. In a tide pool, there are many living things. And they take their hand and be hermit crabs. Hermit crabs walking in their borrowed shells. Watch them moving if you hold real still. Starfish are so pretty to see, clamped on rocks, holding very tightly. And then I have them sing along. When I go to the ocean, there's a hidden world. When I go to the ocean, there's a lot to see. In a tide pool, there are many living things. And then we go on in a month.
In the upcoming primary election, we will be voting for county assessor. It is a nonpartisan position. 2 candidates have filed for the office. This news program gave each candidate an opportunity to present a statement.
Hi, I'm Pam Grant. I'm a candidate for Benton County Assessor. I'm here today to tell you a little about my background and why I'm the most qualified candidate for Assessor. My experience, education, and training is in assessment, office administration, real estate law, property appraisal, and small business. I'm a registered property appraiser, and I've worked for the Benton County Assessor's Office since 1988. In January of 1991, I was appointed Chief Appraiser and assistant to the current assessor. I'm responsible for management of all 3 assessment program areas. During this past year, I have worked diligently to improve efficiency in the assessor's office, increase production, and improve accuracy of our appraisals, implemented new law from Ballot Measure 5, and brought in new technology to improve information and service to the public, businesses, and other government agencies. I've lived in Oregon for over 42 years, over 30 of those in Benton County. I'm committed to a better attitude in public service. I believe all taxpayers have the right to have their questions and concerns answered in a helpful, friendly manner. We need to do more to cut waste and to use our resources efficiently. That accuracy, honesty, accountability, and fairness are essential. Our next assessor must be a qualified, experienced administrator with strong management and organizational skills. I have that experience and those skills. I'm eager to make a difference in community government. Please remember to vote on May 19th, and please remember to cast your vote for Pam Grant for Benton County Assessor. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Rich Wendland, candidate for Benton County Assessor. And this is my old house where I've lived for 20 years. You know, I appreciate the importance of local property taxes. They stay in the community and they pay for things which we really need. But I'm insistent that I pay my fair share and not more. Well, that fair share is based on the fair market value of this residence. The county assessor and his staff have the duty to decide what that fair market value will be. Well, who should be county assessor? Well, I think once you've compared the qualifications of the candidates, a vote for Rich Wendland will be your best choice. I've served in the assessment field for over 13 years. I worked for 4 years in the county assessor's office as a deputy assessor. I served 3 terms on the County Board of Equalization, 2 as chairman, hearing over 800 property tax appeals. I've worked for 6 years as an independent real estate appraiser. You can see that I've studied the property tax issues from all points of view, the assessment side, the appeals side, and the property owner's side. I take very seriously the judgments that are involved in appraising real estate. For example, how much does a bad floor plan affect your value? What about dry rot or a worn-out roof? You know, it takes someone who's an independent thinker to decide these questions and make these judgments. It also takes someone who has some practical experience, like myself, someone who's familiar with construction, with forestry and agriculture and business. The values I've come to embrace as a person are honesty, impartiality, and fairness. You know, a person isn't born with those qualities. It takes years of experience in public service and education and a commitment to the community. I believe that a commitment to the community is how a candidate earns the public trust for this important elected position. I've demonstrated my commitment over the years. For the last 7 years, I've served on the Board of Education of Lynn Benton Community College, making sure that our children have an opportunity for a college education and overseeing the management and policies of that institution. I'm also on the board of Community Mediation Services of Benton County, working to resolve disputes through discussion rather than coercion. When land use planning became a reality in Oregon, I served on our local Citizens Advisory Committee, making sure the average person had some input into the process. I say these things because leadership, commitment to the community, and a courteous attitude towards the public are what's needed in government right now. If you combine these things with my experience in assessment and taxation, a vote for Rich Wendland will be your best choice. Thank you.
Avery Square is used for many interesting events. Recently, it was the site of an art auction where you could purchase drawings of animals to help real animals get back to their homes in the wild.
Lots of fast talking recently helped to raise money for wild animals who can't speak for themselves. Kay Kanury from the Chintimini Wildlife Rehabilitation Center was very pleased with the afternoon she helped organize.
Oh, that was a grand first-time fundraiser, public fundraiser. It was a great success. We raised over $12,000, netting that amount for the center. We're very pleased about it. We were really encouraged and inspired by the fact that so many people cared to come out and make this a success for Chintimini. This was largely made possible by Ron and Diana Stevenson of Stevenson's Gallery. Ron and Diana went to great lengths to find a number of art pieces. The silent auction had approximately 40-some pieces in it. It included a lot of originals and a lot of prints that were from the Mill Pond Press and Greenwich Workshop. And that was a great success, as was the oral auction. The oral auction was conducted by Al Severson of Ducks Unlimited and Northwest Steelheaders Association. He's our top fundraiser for these organizations. And we were very delighted he donated his services to us for our success. It's Rick Donnell of the Corval School District, who is a traveling art teacher for the district, along with staff from Primary Palette, directed children in the place we called the Quiet Place. Here we had live birds of prey that were situated on perches, and the children sat around and were able to draw pictures and do paintings and be guided by the art teachers as well. It's a real enriching and fun experience for everyone.
All this activity was to support what's happening out at the Wildlife Rehabilitation Center.
Our real mission is to get information to people about the needs of wildlife and how to coexist with them happily. We operate a 24-hour hotline by which people can call and receive help with animals they might have found that need emergency treatment. Basically, we take in injured, orphan, sick animals. We rehabilitate them. That means give them veterinary care and return them to the wild again.
To reach the Animal Hotline, look in the yellow pages under Animal Rescue. Next week, we will present opinions on the 0206 Charter Amendment and a discussion of the Corvallis School District levy. On the lighter side, we will go to the dogs at the OSU Vet School on Pet Day. I'm Sarah Thompson, and this is Of Community Interest.